Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe. And today we're going to be going over the Toyota build. Started out as a stock deadbolt, moved up to a Mofo Ugly AF chassis. Love this chassis. Has the Injora IR60 hard body Toyota in like the teal color. I've been seeing a lot more of these lately. At first I didn't, but now I see a lot more in this color. Got the Injora high clearance links all the way around. We have some no-name shocks. They look like a lot of the shocks you guys see, the Injora, or I think OGRC has some that look like these two. They're just no-name. They're pretty good though. They work decent. Hot racing steering links, just because it was an afterthought, so I just got the real quick, cheapest thing I had. Tightens up the steering a lot with that high-tech servo. We have the hot racing diff cover. We have the hot racing diff cover for some added brass in the front. We're going to go over the weight and the price and everything on this here pretty soon. If you guys wanted to replicate this though, I did this for under 400 bucks. And I'm sure you guys have seen a couple shorts of it. YouTube, Instagram. I just posted one last night where I was hanging off the side of the table with it. Does pretty good. It's a really good rig for under 400 bucks. And like I said, we're gonna go over the price and everything here in the video. We have the Injora 50T brushed purple motor in there. For a brush motor, this does have a really nice slow crawl. Still gets the jumpiness when you're putting it under load, but you just, stock ESC brushed motor. I mean, all right. So now let's go over everything that's stock. Stock ESC, stock remote, stock axles, stock drive shafts, and skid. These are the only things left stock on this thing. I used to have magnets to close it on the hinge, but now it just kind of pops over the battery tray. Works perfect. Alright, let's go over some specs on this thing. So, wheelbase, 140 millimeters. Like I said, deadbolt length. It weighs 440 grams with the battery, and that is 50% weight up front and 43 in the rear. So not bad, not bad. It's real top heavy. My shock just fell off, and there went the screw. Alright, so we will address that. No name shocks, like I said. Injora, hit me up. I need some real ones. Alright, well, we'll get that fixed before we take a crawling here in a little bit. But, alright. So this started out as a stock deadbolt for 100 bucks. 100 bucks, local hobby store. It's like 110, I think, something like that, out the door with tax. Stock deadbolt, okay? Just $278 in upgrades in this. And once we get new shocks, there'll be about $400 worth of upgrades in this. So, it's a good budget crawler for under 400 bucks. Alright, we're back. Got the shock back on. Got tired of it dangling around. So, future upgrades, like I said, Injora brushless and the front overdrive gear. None of my rigs have overdrive in the front, and with no overdrive and no brushless, after watching all the videos of 24 Yep and everybody brushed, I thought this was good, but definitely got to go brushless. So I started out with the stock Deadbolt, $100, $278 in upgrades. Okay, we're gonna go over prices and what everything was, breakdown. If you don't want to see that, if you don't care and you just want to see it crawl, you can go ahead and fast forward. There will be videos of this thing in action at the end of the video. So I went ahead and didn't start building it from the ground up, just because if I bought a stock Deadbolt, everything that I replaced on it, I would have the stock as an emergency replacement. That's what I thought. So for $100, I have the frame rails, the links, servo, motor, everything, just in case, you know, this breaks or something happens or whatever. I'll still be able to use it. So I could just hurry up and hot swap the stock parts back on and go back out on the trail. So that is the benefit that I see from buying stock and then building it instead of building it from the ground up. Comes battery, charger, everything. So why not? For $100, start with the stock Deadbolt. You know, another $300 you were gonna spend anyway in upgrades. So now you got two. Another thing good about having stock parts is when you do a new build and you need to figure out how long your everything needs to be, wheelbase, whatever, you could just throw some stocks on there, and if you know what it came off of, you know what the dimensions are for it. That's how I do a lot of rearranging things to make different wheelbases, is to mix stock stock length links. There we go. We're going to be going over some of my other builds, some of my cheaper builds, some of my more expensive builds here in the future, but I thought this was a good platform to start with, since it's been all over Instagram and TikTok lately. It's one of my favorites. Oh, stock foams in the Proline trenchers. Nothing special. And then the battery, I don't know if you guys can see, but battery just slides right up in there. Oh, I haven't seen a lot of these high-tech servos out there, but that's a really good servo. Go over some prices on this thing. Got my cheat sheet here, so I've been looking at, if you guys were curious. Alright, we have the Mofo Ugly AF chassis. That'll run you about $60. We have the Injora IR60 hard body, Toyota, $35, painted already. The Injora high clearance links were only $18. Like I said, Deadbolt link. We have the no-name shocks for $15. So now I'm gonna go get the Injora ones, which I think are 20, something like that, 25. We have the hot racing steering links. Those were $14 when I bought them, but I had them just laying around. We have the hot racing diff cover, which is $20. 9 grams of brass up front, the weight. We got the digital micro high-tech servo, 9 grams, metal gears. Like I said, very, very good servo. We have the Injora 50T brush motor and the helical gear trans. Okay, $32. You see why I went with this first, just to try it? But like I said, for a brushed option, with the transmission, with the metal gears inside. $32. You can't beat it. Worked with the stock ESC and remote. We got the DJ crawler, aluminum bead locks. I heard the tires came back out. I'm not sure if the wheels came back out yet. I know last time I looked they were all discontinued, but these were only 25 bucks when I got them. The Proline Trencher tires, 35 bucks. I know 24 Yep talks about these, do really good on his rocks. They also do really good on my rocks, which are a mix of just concrete fill and like a limestone. Like I said, 440 grams with the battery, 57% front, 43% rear. That's how it sits on the chassis. Not bad at all. Only thing I wish is it would sit a little bit lower in the front, but with the battery tray up there, it can't. But I also plan on switching to the smaller, I think they're like Tattoo name brand batteries. 24 Yep talks about them too. He's a lot of reference for a lot of my stuff. He's one of the reasons that got me addicted to this, so thanks, Trey. Appreciate it. But anyways, the battery tray sticks up just a little too high, but I think I'm going to switch to one of the smaller Tattoo batteries, and it'll sit down a little bit lower, and I'm going to be able to chop the top of that battery tray off so it sits lower in the front. But as of now, it doesn't look bad at all. I was going to put sliders on it, but the ones I have, they'd sit lower than the body, so I didn't really like the way it looked, so I just put them on my other one. Yeah, that's about it for the build. Pretty simple, cheap. Like I said, if you add all that stuff up, 278 bucks plus the $100 deadbolt, so you're in at 370 bucks for under 400 bucks. And that's it. Short, sweet build video. Like I said, we're going to take this on the inside rocks. I got a couple obstacles lined up, and then we'll probably take it out back. So, enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Alright, so we got set up here, nice little uphill with some clearance, obstacles, and then we're going to go straight up that concrete onto the top. See the nice slow crawl, but you still kind of got that jumpiness. Alright. Alright, here's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. It's top heavy, but it's also real big at the back because of the shocks. So when it extends, it makes a nice little kickstand for it to stand up. So you really gotta have a grip on where you're going up. As long as the front can stay down, it'll grab it. But then with the weight in the front, you see it almost tip over, but it has that good weight distribution in the front. Alright, here's another good one. Nice front step. Put the underhang on the front, so the tire's going to try to go under, but we're going to need it to grab. And then we're just going to go up and around again. The camera doesn't really do it justice, so we'll try to get... There we go. Remember, I'm hanging like halfway off the table. there it is, guys. The Toyota build. If you guys want to see more of my builds, go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, go through a couple of my old videos. Tell me which ones you want to see. Thank you.